Hello, it's Bethany, and today in our Spanish practice, we are going to be doing the present tense of IR verbs. This is the last present tense of regular verb series because we've learned now how to do AR, ER, and now we're going to do IR. And you might be thinking, well, isn't ER similar to IR? It is, but we're going to learn different verbs in it and with it, and we'll see how they compare and contrast. The first thing I like to say are that accents are like fingerprints and each person has a different one. So if you don't like my accent in Spanish, then you can look up the words in a translator or anything and hear them that way. But you can listen to what I have to say within the explanation and everything. So verbs are action words. They tell us what the person does in the sentence or what is happening in the sentence. There are three types of Spanish verbs. There are three types of verbs in Spanish: AR, ER, and IR, and these are the verb endings. And if you've watched the other two videos, you've already seen this part, but we're at the last one, the IR. So again, a conjugation changes the verb's form so we know who we are talking about. There is verb tenses, so it's when the verb happens. There's so many different tenses in Spanish, and the present tense is the one we're doing now because present tense are things that are happening now or currently. So it's not in the past, it's not in the future, it's happening now, and it's the tense most people learn first because then you could talk about your life. So, how to conjugate, there's different parts of the verb. So first, you have the stem, which we're going to use escribir, which is an IR verb, which means to write. So escribe is the stem, and the ir is the ending, escribir. So how to conjugate escribir? You drop the ending, the IR, so you have escribe, then you have escribo. You drop the endings. You add the endings. So here's a conjugation chart. Each box follows a different pronoun. Here are the pronouns yo or yo for I, tú is you, él, ella, usted is he, she, you formal, nosotros, nosotras, we, vosotros, vosotras, y'all, they and y'all formal, ellos, ellas, ustedes. I have a whole video talking about the pronouns up that you can go see if you want a further explanation of what all these mean. So let's start with the IR ending, and of course we'll start with yo, which is just o, just like in AR and in ER, all first person yo or I conjugated verbs have o at the end. Now we have s. It may look familiar because we just did the ER one. Then we have A. And you're like, wait, these are exactly the same. But not yet, because now we have emos and is. Is. And lastly, we have N. So you're like, wait, I see a pattern here. So when we do irregular verbs in Spanish, which follow kind of a different conjugation that has to do with the stem part, there's something called boot verbs. And so I'm just using this as an example for the conjugation table, is that we look at the boot and we see that these parts are different. And then what changes is the nosotros or the vosotros part. So that is what changes in Spanish. And then you'll see when we do our regulars, the boot will pop up again. That's why I have the boot. So you can visually see these stay the same as ER, and for IR, they are different. So let's talk about some common IR verbs. Beber, beber. As you can hear, the V sound makes a B sound. I've talked about that before in videos. And they are the same sound. And then abrir means to open. Asistir means to attend. And I don't know if I said, but vivir means to live, right? Decidir means to decide. And I'll go back to asistir really quick because it's a false cognate. You would think it means to assist. It does not. It means to attend, like a school, like to attend a class, a school, a program, anything. It's to attend something. It's not to help, it's not to assist anything. Decidir, to decide. Escribir, to write. Recibir, to receive. discutir, to discuss. Subir means to go up. It's mostly used with like to go upstairs or to go up on the bus on stairs, usually with stairs, but obviously you can go up a mountain, different things like that. Partir means to leave. Kind of looks like depart almost, but partir means to leave. And then describir means to describe. So let's go over escribir conjugation. So the stem escribe, escribo, tú escribes, él escribe, ella escribe, usted escribe, escribimos, escribís, escriben. Okay, now let's look at subir, which means to go up, and the stem is sub. It's not sub, it's sub. Subo, subes, sube, subimos, subís, suben. And now we will look at the other conjugations of the verb. Usually I have them in little parts, but it seems I have forgotten to put them all. So they're all up here, but we will go through them right now. Vivir means to live. So, vivo, vives, vive, vivimos, vivais, vivís, viven. Abrir means to open. Abro, abres, abre, abrimos, abrais, abren. Asistir means to attend. Asisto, asistes, asiste, asistimos, asisten. Decir, decido, decides, decide, decidimos, decisáis, deciden. Recibir, recibo, recibes, recibe, recibimos, recibís, reciben. Discutir, to discuss. Discuto, discutes, discute, discutimos, discutís, discuten. Partir. Parto, partes, parte, partimos, partís, parten. Describir. Describo, describes, describe, describimos, describís, describen. So let's practice. I live. So think about the word to live, where it is on the conjugation table. Yo vivo, vivo. She opens. Ella abre, abre. We attend. I'll give you more time to think on this one. Because it's not assist, it means to attend. Tres, dos, uno. Nosotros asistimos, nosotras asistimos, asistimos. They decide, third person plural. You could either say ellos deciden, ellas deciden, or deciden. You write. Think about it. It's the one we've done multiple times now. Tú escribes, you got it, escribes. He goes up, it's one verb. Él sube, sube. I discuss. Tres, dos, uno. Yo discuto, discuto. Practicing, you leave. So you leave. There's actually a few different ways, but for our purpose, for this, you would say tres, dos, uno. Tú partes, partes. We describe, we describe. Nosotros describimos, nosotras describimos, describimos. Thank you for watching. So this is the end of our present tense series in our Spanish practice of AR, ER, and IR. I think I might make a video combining all the different ones so we could practice saying different things. It might be after like a vocabulary one, So if you have any vocabulary you would like to learn, leave it below. If not, I'm just going to go through like the quote unquote regular vocabulary. People learn and everything. So yeah, we'll do a little practice with the three, with verbs from here and also vocabulary, different vocabulary words. So that'll be fun. But visit parsalanguage.com for more Spanish thing. There's a free hub link below, or for Spanish tutoring. Thank you so much for watching.